The Home Care Worker Immigration Pilot Program details are finally out. But here is the catch. Only 2,610 spots per category for workers in Canada and only 140 spots per category for workers outside Canada is available. And it's a first come first serve PR program. And it opens on March 31st, 2025 at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. So if you are serious about applying, you must be prepared in advance. In this video, I will walk you through who is eligible, the job offer requirements, how to apply successfully, and the documents you will need to prepare right now. This could be your golden ticket, and remember that I am going to go through every single thing you need to prepare for this PR application, so please watch carefully. Let's get started. There are two phases in which IRCC is going to invite candidates: workers in Canada and workers outside Canada. All requirements will be same for workers in Canada and workers outside Canada, just that the workers outside Canada needs to have enough money to settle in Canada as a proof. Check the link in the description for settlement funds. Now, to be interested in applying for childcare or home support worker category through HCWIP pilot program, you must be eligible to work, which means if you are a worker in Canada, you have a work permit on which you are authorized to work full-time in any occupation. Even the implied status counts in this case if you are already in Canada. And if you are a worker not in Canada with a work permit, then make sure that you are not inadmissible, which means you are not banned from entering Canada. Then you need to meet the language requirements. Right now it's CLB4. If we check it with IELTS, it's between 4 and 4.5 bands. Next is education, for which if you do not have a Canadian education, then you need the ECA done for your education outside Canada. You can check this video to do it with Wes, or you can check this video if you want to check the other services. All links are in the description as well. Next is the work experience requirement. Here we split for childcare and home support related jobs. For childcare, you need work experience for at least 6 months in last 3 years, either as a home childcare provider, which is nanny, babysitter, etc., or early childhood educator assistant. But remember that here you cannot be a daycare teacher or supervisor, or even the ECE, early childhood educator, but you have to be something like daycare helper, assistant, preschool helper, etc. Similarly, if you are aiming for home support category, then you need experience as either home support worker, caregiver, or even the nurse aides, which is PSWs. Even PSW experience in a nursing home or long-term care will be eligible to count as your past experience, but it's not a valid job offer for this program. We can discuss more about it very soon. The good part of the work experience in both categories is that it can be a mix of job. For example, home support worker can have an experience as an home support or also as an PSW, totaling 6 months in last 3 years, and you are still eligible. But if you have changed the jobs, there should be no breaks. Anything above 6 months is okay, but to count the 6 months, make sure that it's continuous at least and it's full time. Important piece to remember about work experience is that any work experience gained as a full-time student and self-employed is not eligible. Let's say you do not have the work experience. In that case, you need to make sure that you are trained for at least 6 months inside or outside Canada in last 3 years for a particular category. This training should be offered mainly an in-person classroom sort of environment, and the good part is that you don't need an ECA done for this training. Just the certificate of the training from any local training center works. But make sure that online training and on-the-job training are not eligible. Next section is about the job offer. Of course, before you apply for your PR, you need to have a job offer in hand. The good part is that this job is not an LMIA job and it's just a regular job offer. But it's not that anyone offering the job is eligible. Let me help you understand. This job offer could be from a private household or an agency directly hiring people to deploy at client's own personal home. Now, it doesn't matter if the job is either for a childcare or home support, it has to be full-time and continuous. The location should be a personal home and not an institution like long-term care or nursing home. Remember that. And the job offer should be including hourly wage, employment requirements, and the description of the job duties within it. If the employer is a private household, then they can be your sister's niece, nephew, friend, etc., but cannot be your spouse, common law partner, parent, grandparent, or child, etc., right? The employer in this case will also need to register with CRA as an employer and get their business number as well as payroll account if they don't have it already. IRCC may send you a letter to ask your employer for additional documents as well. including the proof that they need help or support, and also proof of financial stability, including their tax returns, etc. If you want to discuss further about these details, please feel free to book an appointment. Now let's understand how to apply for your PR once you get the job offer. The document checklist for the worker in Canada goes something like this. First is the generic application form, which is IMM 0008, which will be online. Next you have the online form, which will be for background checks and declaration, which is IMM 5669. Then we have the travel history details, which is the IMM 5562, which is also online. Then the additional family member details is IMM 5406, which is also online. Then comes the IMM 0271 Schedule 21, which is your information pertaining to this particular pilot program, like the stream you are applying within Canada or outside Canada, etc. I'll be making a separate video on how to file the entire application soon before the program launches. So subscribe if you want to get notified on how to fill it correctly. Now if you are liking this video so far, I would really appreciate if you could like this video, because this will help me create more videos like this for you. Next would be the employer form, either IMM 0267 for the private employer or IMM 0268 if you are a business. So basically those were the forms. Now comes the documents which will be needed for your application. Now the first document in this category is all the historical and current passport scanned PDF, first page, last page, and any pages stamped. Then your language test result certificate. Remember that IELTS General, CELPIP General, and PTE Core test are eligible, and for the French, both TEF and TCF are eligible. Then comes your proof of education documents, which is your foreign education certificate, which is original certificate, alongside with the translation if you need it, and your ECA report as well in case if you need that. After that, if you are coming with your family, you need some additional documents, which includes your birth certificate, your marriage certificate, etc. And then comes your work experience or training documents. You can show your reference letter, pay stubs, or work contract document as well for this one. Experience letter should be in a particular format, so check out my website to download the template for that. If you are showing training instead, then you need to show the training certificate and the transcript if you have available. Next is the proof of the job offer. Here you will need to get the original job offer from your employer. If your employer needs help in drafting the letter, please feel free to reach out. Next is the documents for children. If you are coming with your child, you need to show your children's birth certificate. And if your partner is not coming and you are solely coming with your child, then you need to also show the custody papers as well. Next is the police clearance certificate. Now you need this for each and every country you lived in the past for more than 6 months other than Canada. If you don't get the PCC on time for any countries, you can submit an explanation along with the proof that you have applied. If you need consent by IRCC for PCC, then you need to submit the consent form instead, and link for that is in the description as well, so please go check out. Next is the proof of residence in Canada, because right now this program is launched only for workers in Canada. You need to show the proof about your home address as well as your work permit. Finally, the passport photo and the fee payment, and then you're done. Once again, I'm going to go through the entire application step by step in my next video. So if you are interested, please subscribe and wait for it. Now once you apply for your PR, you will be required to give your biometrics and medical exam while your application is in process. So wait for those instructions by the immigration officer. But if your work permit expires meanwhile, you have to leave the country or keep an active visitor's record to continue your stay in the country. Now that's all for this video. I hope that I have given you enough information and detailed instructions on what you actually need to be PR ready with this particular program. Now if the step-by-step video is out already, it should be on my channel, and I will also post a link in the description of this video. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.